turn up some better homes and garden stuff right here. Get past this boat, look up the front walkway slash driveway. Immaculate home, immaculate landscaping. But you go out the back doors of the house, there's a little pool there, and then right on the other side of the pool, that is the Banana River. So that's how narrow and unique we are down here. Another little stretch of that old seawall I was talking about earlier. But the road almost got washed out here during Hurricane Irma. When they came back and repaired it, they protruded the Keener Rock down to the water and backfilled it. Gave themselves a whole bunch of extra riverfront property, value, and entertainment. They would have never been able to have that gazebo there before the hurricane. So they definitely made the best out of it, that's for sure. Now remember I mentioned that tree canopy earlier. Now you still might find a couple of oak trees here and there, don't get me wrong. They're far in between. You're getting a lot more exotic palms and pine trees, and that whole canopy itself is getting a whole lot lower and a whole lot more tropical wind that come down through here. As you can see, that big old tall slender pine tree there, that's a Norfolk pine. Not native to the area, come from the Norfolk Islands down in the Pacific, but they do very well here. Usually introduced for holidays and landscaping. Holidays, go to the store and you see those little tabletop evergreens, and sure enough, that's usually them. We'll have one for them. After the holidays, they put them in the ground, years later, you got a big old giant Christmas tree out here. Now, out in front of us here, we're going to have this single-family residence. And this house here, they're the same couple that purchased the property with a different structure on it. They tore that one down, built this one, and they live here year-round. A lot of big places like this, you'll only see people here a couple times out of the year. But this one, they live here year-round. They're empty nesters. Their kids are adults now. But I think they finally realized, hey, this place is just a little too big for us. So as we get past their boat, look up the front walkway. They listed this house for sale about 4 or 5 months ago for just under $5 million. And it's actually closer to the water on the other side than it is us here. But only one couple lives in that massive house. It's just incredible. Now, if you go to the northern end of Merritt Island, you'll still find a lot of those old farmhouses, estates, acres and acres of property. Down here, they're all gone. They've all been modernized. Except for one. You got one that we're going to be coming up to at the end of this little row of docks right here. There's going to be a 2-story white house with green shutters. And this was actually the community of Tropic. And that's all that was here for a very long time. This house, acres and acres of these big mango trees that go around the house, and then cattle running back and forth underneath the mango trees. So it's really neat to see one of these old farmhouses still being utilized down here amongst all these modern homes. As you go up to the northern end of Merritt Island, these old farmhouses are all over the place. They still have working orange groves up there, crystal folly groves. So notice they don't have a driveway. You actually have to drive across the grass to park over there on the left side of the house. So definitely a neat little deal amongst these modern homes for sure. All right, let's get on down here. You may be wondering where this traffic is going to and coming from. You can check that out and get further down here. For many years, the big steamboats had to bypass this whole upper stretch of the lagoon by going out onto the north flow of the St. Johns River.